Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Hold on. Pause that.
All right. There we go. That's better. Sorry, y'all, for those that had already tuned in to the Little Love Lab um, zone. As you guys can see, we are um, doing a quick segment. We wanted to get on here real quick while my wife gets off of her phone and starts
I'm
playing a
trying to get on.
game.
No, do it look like I'm.
Mm.
Don't try to bust me out.
We both doing the same thing, actually, honestly.
Trying to see if I can hear
Um,
us.
you can hear it. You should be able to hear us.
Quick segment.
Yeah. With that being said, what I love about what we have been able to do is we've been able to get back on post. And one of the things that I love about this season, and both for me and my wife's life, is that we've been able to, for real, tap into what it is that we're supposed to do, and that's really actually help couples in this season. And so we've literally been putting so much time and effort in our ministry, in our church ministry, getting that back off the ground, getting into a place of worship, getting in a place to where we can go out and for real show the love of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
um, we Now, I can't say we neglected our marriage ministry. I can just say our marriage ministry, um, we weren't as visible online and on our social platforms as we
Mm-hmm.
normally were, and it seemed like we forgot all about y'all. We never forgot about y'all. We just had been doing marriage ministry in a different way, and that was literally showing people the love of Jesus Christ through our ministry, our church ministry, which is Power Outreach Ministries.
Yes.
Your turn.
Right.
I did that for a reason.
I'm trying
I
to.
always end up doing all the talking. You gotta. What are you trying to do? You trying to save it to
Trying to
your?
tell. No,
Oh, okay.
I don't see it nowhere.
It's right here. Go to you. All right, so you can go to the church page, or you can go to Live Love Lab. So
Okay.
one of the things that I love about the situation is that it allowed us to be able to really put a lot of focus into our marriage ministry, as well as not only just our marriage ministry but our church ministry. And so, with that being said, we wanted to do a recap of what really
What's
has
been
been
going
going
on?
on with us in our ministry. I'm gonna let my wife go
Yes.
first because I did the introduction.
Well, we have been. We've been doing our ministry. Um, Sunday. I'm gonna start with Sunday. Sunday we went. We did worship in the park. A lot of people don't like to go out in the heat. They don't like to go out to the park. They like, I'm not, I'm not an outdoor person. Me, I am not an outdoor person, but ever since I moved to Arizona, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I don't mind going outside. I don't see very many bees. I don't see very many wasps and bumblebees. So those are the main things that I'm normally running from. And so we've been going out to the park once a month. That's what we do. We have services on the inside of the building, and then for 3 weeks, and then 1 week out of the month, we go out to the community, and we either give out packages or care packages, or we end up just doing worship in the park. And so Sunday, we did worship in the park, and there were quite a few people all throughout the park. There were people in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
There were people, kids playing, on the little play thingy, the little play jungle
Play,
gyms or
yeah,
whatever.
Jungle Jams.
And there were a few homeless people that were barbecuing.
Mm-hmm.
And So, and there was a church that had just let out, so there was a lot of people walking to their cars and stuff like that. When we go to do worship in the park, we don't go and say, "Oh, we're coming with all these people." We're doing just worship in the park. Who hears it, hears it. Who don't, they don't. Those who come with us, come with us. Those who don't, don't. And so that's what we are about. We're about going out to the community. And when we went there, we worshiped, and those people, they listened. They were hungry for the word. They was hungry for the worship, and they were barbecuing and listening to the music, and bobbing their head, and at the close to the end, they all came up and asked for prayer. A lot of times, when you like, if my husband, when he goes live or whatever, and he goes online, um, he's just showing, the worship in the park. He's not trying to say like who's here, and and all those things. Um, but we were praying for people. We were praying for people. We was ministering to people. We gave them water. Normally, like I said, we go with the package, but we didn't have care packages that last Sunday, so we just gave them water, and they were grateful for the water and the ice. They were filling up their jugs and everything, and few people came to us and asked us where our church was, and said that they were going to come and visit, and so that's just what it's about. I'm repeating myself because I want him to. I thought he was gonna tag himself in, but he ain't saying nothing.
I just wanted you to finish.
Okay.
But and she hit the nail right on the head. What we've been doing, like she said, we've been working our ministry. The very, like, I want to say last month, we had worship in the park that first month, the second week of that month, and then what happened was we did it again the next week, and but that next week we went out and we handed out care packages, which contained some a toothbrush, bag of chips, granola bar, some stuff that
They
need that they can use,
water
that they can use for themselves to help them, put a little bit in their stomach and then have some water. The thing about that is a lot of people will probably say, well, that's not a whole lot. The thing about it is a lot of people just that are in that situation, they just want to know that people care. And that's where we go wrong is a church body. A lot of times we put more emphasis on the building when people outside of the building that want to get to God but don't think, they may be thinking that they may not be good enough to get to the church, or if they do get to the church, when they get to the church, they looking at the fact that, hey, I may not have showered in X amount of days, so I don't want people looking at me weird when I walk into the school building, or into the church building.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful about how we treat those people, and so we just wanted to be able to be a blessing. Bless you, Bishop Travis Frazier. We love you. Thank you.
Bless you.
And First Lady, look, we all are tired. If y'all knew what we do on an everyday day-to-day basis, y'all would be like, yeah, we understand why y'all look.
We
the way that y'all
tired,
look.
but Bishop, listen. There's a camera right here and there's a camera up there. I'm trying to figure out which one to look at.
That one.
So but I feel stupid looking at that one when I can see myself.
This is just a picture.
So that's what it is. I keep looking up, looking down, looking up.
Lord Jesus. But we have literally been running around getting this ministry up and running. We have done everything.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people will look at it is, okay, all right, well, how many members do y'all have? We have enough members. I don't look at numbers when it comes to what God does for the church. I look at the fact that, okay, are you making a difference? Okay, is your vision lining up with the Word of God? Not only is it lining up with the Word of God, but are people being healed, delivered, and set free? Are they being filled with the Word? Are you equipping them with what they need to go and on to the next day? A lot of times we can miss those people, and so I really wanted to take my hat off to not only to just my my wife, but I want to also take my hat off to the members of the church,
Mm-hmm.
because they've worked so hard. Member in particular, Dolores. I take my hat off to her because what she's
Yeah.
done, she showed up. She from the moment that she said, "I want to be a part of this, be a part of Power Outreach Ministries." She has worked. She
Yes.
has done the labor. She got out before she even became a member. She went out and fed the homeless with us,
Yes.
and so that right then and there, like that, let
It
me
means a
know
lot.
that let me know what she said. It means a lot, but it also let me know that one, she is willing to do the work. It's a lot of work out there, but it's few people. Like the word said, it's few. The
Yeah.
labor is few. The people that want to actually work in the ministry is very few.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to work until the work gets hard, or until the
Come on.
actually work actually appears to it to the visionary.
You say we
And
going
so
outside, they like,
it's
it's
too
too
hot
hot.
out.
It's too hot.
It's too
But what
hot.
if it was you?
There you
And you would
go.
want somebody to come see about you.
There you go. There
And
you
that's the
go.
way I look at it. And on Wednesdays, we go to assisted living house, and we go and we minister there, do our Bible study and our worship at this assisted living house. And when I tell you, those people, they love us. We didn't go last week, but they
Hmm.
were like, "Oh my God, we
Yeah.
missed y'all." They were like, "We missed you guys last week,"
Thank you,
and
Bishop.
they absolutely love us. And when I tell you, it's like pulling teeth trying to get people to walk in the building.
Hmm.
These people were in wheelchairs and
Hmm.
they rode in the
They
building.
rolled into the
They rode
building.
there.
They were ready. They
And
was
it's one lady in particular that walks in there. She blessed my soul every Wednesday. And she's 102.
yes.
She walks in there. She's the only one. Everybody else rolling in there
She walks.
with the wheelchair, but she walks in there. Why? Because listen, I'm telling you, she's strong. That woman is strong, and she challenges us.
Hmm.
And so she done. She said, "I done read this Bible so many times. I done read this Bible so many times," and she wants us to teach
She
about the Book of
the book of
Revelation.
Revelations, and it's not so much as that we are scared of it. It's just so much as God has not released me to dive, not so much as dive into the book of Revelations, but He has not released me to teach on the book of Revelations.
But
I got
she's challenging us. That's for sure.
where the thing about it is, I always want to do my due diligence when it comes to what God allowed to releases me to preach and
Hmm.
teach on. What good is it to give you the book of Revelations, which tells us about wisdom, faith, in the end time when you are just now beginning? I'm just now getting people able to sit down at the table and actually consume meat.
Yeah,
And
they
what I
like,
mean
I
by
just
meat,
I
I
just
mean
got
God's
saved and
word.
I'm about to die.
So I
The
don't want to
world
scare
about
the
to end
people up.
already. I just started.
Yeah. And so I have to give the word
I
as
just tickled
God
myself.
releases me to give the word. So,
Yes, because
it's
they
so
give us
crazy,
life.
but it's death is part of life,
Yeah.
and we have to understand that. But this is our relationship Thursdays, and
Yes.
sometimes you will get us teaching the word,
Hmm.
but that's who we
That's what it's
are.
about.
That's what this is about. And one of the biggest things that we've found in our relationship that makes this work is that we communicate,
Hmm.
even when we don't like each other at moments.
It was what's today? Today's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday when we went to the assisted living house, one lady and this is dealing with relationships. But one lady, she said that she thought that she forgave her ex-husband. Well, he's not ex-husband.
Her
She
late
thought her
husband.
late husband. She thought that she forgave him, but even in his death, she said she she feels angry, and so she was like, why do I feel angry? Even and he's gone. He asked her to forgive him, and she forgave him, and she said she
Right,
was
Bishop.
sorry.
Thank you,
But
Bishop.
now she's mad.
Right.
She said, lately I've been waking up. And I told
Mm-hmm.
her, I said, because the forgiveness now is not for him because he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
The forgiveness is for you.
Right.
And so that's even in relationships, even if the man is not dead, you are he's hurt you, he's done so many things, to you. That doesn't, the forgiveness, if he asked you to forgive him and you forgave him and you stayed with him, now you got to forgive yourself because you done already forgave this man. You can't hold on. You can't keep holding on to
Mm-hmm.
what he's done to you. Well, he did this to me and he hurt me and he this and he that. You can't do that. You got to now ask God, Lord, forgive me. Forgive me for my wrongs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at yourself because it's something on the inside of you it's something on the inside of you. And so I was, I'm not gonna get into what I said, but
But you also, to touch bases on that, a lot of times forgiveness is not for that person. It's actually, like she said, it's
it's for
for
you.
you. And
Yeah,
so forgiveness first has to start with
with
at
you.
home.
Yep.
You have to start with yourself before you can start to forgive other people for what they've done. And then you have to understand that God wants us to understand that forgiveness is an unlimited thing. All right.
Yes.
Now we have to understand that reason why it's an unlimited thing was because Jesus laid down his life for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate sacrifice. So ultimately we should be forgiving each other, and 70 times 70 times 70,
Yeah,
like the
and
Bible
he said,
said.
if you don't forgive your brother, I won't forgive you. And so, I had to let her know. Now you got to ask. He gone. I had to be as real as I could with her because she's just like he left. He did this, and she was bringing up all the stuff he did wrong to her. And she said, and I just feel stupid. Well, now the problem's not with him; it's with you. So you need to ask God to forgive you. And not saying ask God to forgive you for being stupid. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you got to ask God to forgive you because there's you can't be one-sided. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I had to look at myself in my past relationships. And I had to look at myself and I said, "Okay, yes, this person did me wrong, but I wasn't no angel. I wasn't perfect. I may have said my mouth alone can make you want to sock me. you you better not. You better not say nothing. My mouth alone can make you want to sock me. I'm just being real. And so a lot of times I didn't have to use my fist. I didn't have to throw nothing at you. I can just tear you up with my mouth. So and then play, be like, me? Oh my, what was me? How dare you? I didn't say it like that. Because I'm very blunt. So anybody that know me know that I'm blunt. So if I say something, I don't know how it's going to come out. But like my mother used to always tell me, think before you talk. So I'm not saying, like I said, I had to search myself. I had to look at myself. Like, okay, Mary, you probably said some stuff, the wrong way. And but it shouldn't cause somebody to mess around on you or to beat you or do some crazy stuff to you. But at the same time, you did some stuff too. So don't be one-sided and throw everything at that person. You got to own your own. You got to own up to some stuff. Yes, all right, I did it. I'm just saying. And so I had to let that lady know, you're not gonna sit up and tell me that you had 6 kids you
It was all
and it
bad.
was all bad. There's no way you had 6 kids and y'all was together that long and it was all bad the whole time. There was some good times because you had 6 kids. Go ahead, take over because I don't know. I'm not the-
See, when she get to talking, she's a little chatterbox shy. Y'all see that, right? But
Oh Lord
no,
have mercy.
yeah, we talked about forgiveness, and we talked about what it does,
Yeah.
and so in relationships, forgiveness can be really big. Not only can forgiveness be really big, but communication. You
Yes.
have to be able to communicate to even get to that point to where you can begin to heal, so that you can forgive. A lot of problems that we find in relationships is that people are willing to forgive. They're ready to forgive, but what happens is the person that they are trying to forgive takes and rips the band-aid off of the wound that they created. And then they wonder why it's hard for them to say, I trust you, I love you again. And so a lot of times when you get to that place where you continue to do the same thing, or you continue to hurt that person, it makes the relationship hard. It
Yeah.
even makes communication hard at that point.
Yes.
So you have to understand what God is trying to say. Yes, forgive them, and understand that the forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. However, the relationship has to change. Why does the relationship have to change? The relationship has to change because they have to be held accountable for what they've done. If you go to, like I gave this analogy yesterday, if you go to the bank and you withdraw $100 out of that bank,
Mm-hmm.
and that bank account doesn't show you that it's $100 that's been taken out of that bank account, you go and you'll spend all your money without knowing that you spent all your money.
Come on.
So your money has to reflect what you have taken out, which means is your relationship has to reflect what you're putting in and what you're taking out.
Come
So
on.
if you put in a whole bunch of chaos and discord, and it's just all bad, you're cheating and you're lying and you're stealing and you're doing all these different things in that relationship, guess what? When you go to withdraw some things out of that account, out of that relationship, understand you're going to get backbiting, you're going to get the untrust, you're going to get the person that it's hard for them to move forward in the relationship because all you did was deposit into the account
Yep.
chaos, lying,
Cheating.
cheating, stealing, backbiting, and all of that.
What you said. Yep.
So I mean, and let me just say this one thing again. I'm gonna say this. Look, when y'all get Pastor Heiston, y'all gonna get y'all are gonna get the person who comes for the males a lot of the times, because I believe as a male it starts with us,
What what you said.
because the man is the head of the household. You're over the household, not like you're my servant. No, 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 no. You're over the household spiritually, so you spiritually cover everything. So when the head is not right, the rest how can the rest of the body be correct? And
That's
so
right.
what happens is the balance of the house gets shifted. And what happens is you cause the woman to have to go into safety mode. And so if she goes into safety mode, she then is acting out of character.
Mm-hmm.
So you're wondering why she's bitter, why she's walking around and she looks and she's acting manly and she's doing manly things. It's because the relationship shifted.
Yeah.
It's off balance. And so in order to get that balance back, you, the head, the man, have to first line himself back up with God.
Yeah.
I'm preaching here. I didn't mean to preach,
You
but
speaking.
you have those are different things that you have to understand. Those are different things that you have to do in the relationship. And then men, sometimes you have to check the woman. You have to let her know, hey, look, hey, babe, let's reel this thing back here. Like, understand what we're trying to accomplish here. But you have to do it in love. No,
Yes.
it's a certain way.
What he said.
A lot
Don't
of times
men. Yeah,
you
better
do
know
it
how
in
to
love,
pick your
but
battles.
see, look. Now I'm about to give y'all a gold nugget. Don't you try to go into that room where that woman is, and you didn't cheated, lied, and create all kinds of chaos, and try to put your foot down and try to say, hey, you out of order. She gonna be like, you out of order.
You out of order.
You out of
Whole
order.
house is out of order.
But we for real wanted to get on here and encourage, and do some
Yeah.
capping, because God has been good to us in this season, and
Yes.
He's allowed us to grow a ministry from the ground up again. Like literally, we literally started in Kansas City, um, and then moved here to Arizona, and literally from the ground up have
Yep.
worked our way to where we are now.
What you said.
Are we satisfied where we are now? No, because we know that God has so
We
much
got
more
more.
for us in
Yes.
store, and I'm just happy. I'm just sitting back and enjoying what God has done for us thus
I'm
far.
excited to see what the end, what God has for us. But um, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
What?
No.
Whispered in my ear.
Nope.
But one of the things that I
I'll
love
tell
about
you.
God is that He never sends you into a place to fail.
Yes.
He will always send you into the place to prosper. You just have to understand that there is a process behind every level that you go through. And so you can't look at what it looks like on the outside. You
Yes.
have to pay attention to what it looks like in the spiritual realm. I told the people last night at the Living Center that
He almost got beat up because he said that he told him that the
nursing
nursing home.
home.
They was like, "We are not in a nursing home."
I told them yesterday. I told them about their spirit man and their fleshly body. Your flesh and your spirit man are on two totally different levels. Your spirit man is waiting for your fleshly body, your fleshly parts, to catch up to the spirit man. And I told them, I was like, imagine if your flesh was actually able to catch up with your spirit man. What you have to understand is the only way that you can even begin to even remotely step close to your spiritual man, you have to first talk to your spirit man. And then you have to know how to talk to your spirit man to get your spirit man to re-interact with you. A lot of times we miss being able to move in that direction of the spirit man, because we're so caught up in what the flesh is doing. Because and it's the crazy thing, the word of God warns us. It tells us the flesh is what, babe?
Weak.
It's weak. Your flesh is weak, so
Yes.
automatically God is warning you. Hey, your flesh man is going to be weak. It's not going to want to do what the spirit is trying to get it to do.
Yes.
However, through prayer, fasting, and reading your word, you will know, one, how God talks, know how the spirit moves, and you can be able to take steps towards catching up to your spirit man. But some of us are still in the starting blocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some of us are still in the starting blocks when it comes to actually being able to catch up with the spirit man. So, and that goes all the way around. That goes into just you as a person, individual,
Yeah.
and in a relationship. Do you realize that in a marriage, you have two people that have become one person?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you saw that when he said he needs a bunch of Doloreses. Look, Bishop Frazier. Look, I wish we could clone her. I wish we could clone her
Yes.
and have several of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
She's the real deal.
you have to pray. I can't stress that together. And if you're a married couple, you have to pray together. We slack. Look, we slack sometimes. We do, and sometimes it takes her. Babe, we need to pray. I can be literally, y'all. I can be like this. Huh? Babe, we need to pray. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we just come to you. Sleeping in my eyes still. But you have to understand, there are things that
Yes.
you have to be able to do, is not only just a couple, but is in an individual person. But when it comes to couple prayer, two people touching and agreeing already,
Yes.
the enemy don't like that.
He's
And
pissed.
so what happens is he tries to take this and make it go this.
Yeah.
He tries to get y'all to split.
Mm-hmm.
And so those couples that may be on the bricks, like about the split, pray together
Together.
and ask God, whatever wrong has been done in this marriage, in this relationship, God, help us fix it. Help us mend this bond back together. Help us remember what made us say, I do.
Yeah.
That's really all I had to say.
Good. That's good talk.
Thank y'all for tapping in.
Thank y'all for tapping in.
We love y'all.
Yes. Well, next week we'll have some topics to talk about.
And if y'all have any topics, anything that y'all would like us to cover,
Yes.
inbox us. Let us know.
Yes.
You know, if you have us our personal number, send us a topic.
Yeah.
We'll dive into the topic together with you. If there's something, and we won't put your name out there. It can remain anonymous. We will not put your name out there. We are not in this thing to bash or embarrass anybody. But I'm gonna say this. I'm not perfect, and neither is she.
Mm-mm.
Me and her both have issues. Well, yeah, we do. We have issues.
So we talk.
I have a past. She has a past.
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on how our relationship even started. Our relationship started off of Facebook. I met her through Facebook, and so in meeting her on Facebook, I didn't want anybody to ruin what me and her had. So what I did was I told her everything about me.
No gray areas.
There was not one stone that was not turned over and told to her. So when people came to her and said, you know, he got 8 kids, well, I only had 6. So he got 6 kids. You know he used to be a hoe. You know this, and she was like, I know.
Yep.
I know. And what happened was later on, she appreciated me telling her everything that people were going to tell her about me, and then some.
Yeah.
Because what had happened was we were at a church event, and some people came up to her and told her things about me, and she was like, I know. I already know. He already told me that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was a time.
And I said, tell me something that you know about him now. And they couldn't say it. They was like, well, I mean, he's good. He plays. You telling me what he can do. You telling me what he can, but tell me, what do you know about him now? You're telling me his past. I don't want to know his past. I want to know his now. And so, because he had already told me his past. So if he told me his past, and,
all right,
you're telling me the same thing he told me.
Right.
But it's lining up with what he told me.
Right.
So it's not something
Right.
I'd be like, oh, you didn't tell me that.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And it helped because even when I went back home to Michigan, my family members in Michigan tried to do the same thing. And she's like, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that. Thank you for sharing, but I already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Find something else. But I say that not to make anybody feel bad about their past. I actually want to tell you, embrace your past. Own it. The enemy wants you to look at your past and be like, man, I messed up. I was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not a mistake.
Nope.
It's called you grew up.
Yeah.
You grew up. And signs of growing up is taking responsibility
telling
and
the truth.
taking responsibility for what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, it happened. I'm saying I was really messed up, man. Like I literally, I thank God for bringing me out of that. That's if God really brought you out. But you have to the first signs of growing up and really actually God actually cleaning you up and delivering you from something is you taking ownership of it. Because you reap what you sow. Everything that you do, there's a part in the Bible that tells you that everything that there's a time for you to reap, and you will reap. and it may not come in the form of
Same way you
a
dished it out.
relationship. It may come in health. It may come in finance. It may come in losing some things. God has a way of allowing you to get to putting what you did right back in front of you to let you see this is why you're going through what you're going
It
through.
may happen to your kids.
There you go. There you go. So,
Yep.
but do you have anything else?
Nope.
Well,
We
we love y'all. We gonna
love y'all.
we gonna Exodus stage right and left,
Yeah.
and we gonna let y'all have the rest of y'all evening. But please be in prayer. Understand that we love y'all. We didn't leave y'all. We just had to get some things in order, and
we'll be back next Thursday.
Next Thursday. We will be back next Thursday, y'all. So
Yeah.
we love y'all. See y'all later. Talk to you later. Deuces.